Hey guys, today's progress video 2, is just a short one, just your average 2 a.m. video. Starting off with Hermes, the shuttle that I showed in one of my latest videos, and well, some of you may know it's been on hold due to a glitch that was preventing it to face a certain direction. Well, I am proudly announcing that glitch has been fixed, and it's now almost fully operational. So I've been already updating things on it. It's going to take a while to be flight ready, because I also have the service module to do and some of the things to finish. But I'll just quickly show you some of the updates inside. Not a lot changed, but you'll get a regular interior. Your average command panel, throttle values, everything you need: speed, throttle value, altitude, compass. Sorry. And here your passenger, obviously, your heating system, your equipment. Here you have nothing. This is temporary. And here you have your door to the back. Which now this is sealed. That means the entire thing is one sealed piece now, so you don't have to worry about, I don't know, if you somehow still have your door open if the spacecraft somehow finds itself in the water, which it probably, I'm worried if it does. But so you have that ready if that happens. That's about it on that side. You can also override the abort switch in case, I don't know, if you're just a wee bit below the limit and you really need to abort it. And that's about it. Not updated. I've updated the landing gear display system, so no longer uses tilt sensors, because I just only figured out that tilt sensors would mean that the gear would appear retracted or extended depending on your attitude. And that's about it on that side. Next in line is linked to the expedition truck and the rover I had made previously, which I will show again just in case I didn't really show it properly. It is literally about a 2-hour build. It is just a sort of shuttle, just a basic shuttle with that is controlled through here. It is designed to just fly and get to a desired altitude, and if it gets to to a coordinate point, it removes it will eject the payload, or will do whatever it's needed. The vehicle is modified depending on the need. And yes, it's quite accurate, quite reliable. It can launch the expedition truck and get it to land about 15 meters off target. Sometimes in the cases 20 meters, which is as good as it gets. So yeah, it's really, it took me 2 hours to make it. It's not what I've refined it a bit more, but it can be modified along the needs. And now the rover. Now to the rover. For this I actually have 3 things I want to show you. First of all, we're starting with the rover itself. My biggest operational rover so far. This big, yes. It was this is a second version, as the first version I made was actually already dropped on it was dropped on the new Arid map. Which unluckily there is a glitch with the solar panels. I've looked into it. They're just not powerful enough they don't recharge anything on that rover, even with all the basics of flight camera and stuff. And yeah, so you'll notice these grey things on the front of the map, and that's just the covers for protecting it during landing, why we're going to use the truck along with its sky crane to just quickly get that thing off. So we have your nice control system. Pitch your camera up, and boom, camera off. Engage driver mode, whatever. And here you are. You've detached it. Now we can see it. Now we can see the camera. And pretty neat little thing. It was quite good. It was obviously it uses extended tracking cameras for because Stormworks only has 20 kilometers tracking, and the island, the drop-off point, the original drop-off point for this would have been no, not 60. No, that's on the wrong map. It was those drops in that area, dropped around here, something like that. It was, yeah, it was a bit too far. But the map was a bit more. This is on 24 kilometers. It was quite far off. So this is like modified version of it. It's going to be adapted, and yeah, most likely probably it's going to use an infinite generator of some sort because the solar panels don't do anything. I've also quickly shown you the truck. There's no big updates on this, so I don't think there's anything I need to show you guys. It's still the same old guy. But there is something new. And there's something new I want to show you. And that new thing is falling out the sky at the second I am talking to you. And there we go. It is, we could say, little brother of him. And it is inspired by one mission in particular. I don't know if anyone's gonna know it, but a mission of 86. Yes. We have a landing base. Which features your kind of control center and that little guy. And that little guy is, you know what? He is Sojourner. Or at least an adapted version of Sojourner. He is very compact, very nice actually. It's not fully functional yet. I mean, the rover works. It's been tested in some conditions. Here it's on its launch platform, ready to be sent to exploration. And this is the platform for it. And oh yeah, conveyor belt here by the way. And what it does is the rover, as you could see, you saw the antennas on. I think they're huge. Well, the antennas on that one are much smaller, as you can see. They're not deployed yet. And that's because he transmits to the base, which transmit to home. So we're just going through him as a relay. We also have a Mars-style camera, currently slightly off, which has just uncovered itself from here. And that's about it on this section. And for the next one, for this next bit and the last part of the spaceflight section, three pieces. Well, small is a bit of a small word. Well, there's a bit of a type word for that. Three major things I want to talk about. Well, first, this one's a bit minor thing. Revamp of the Lunar Module. I'm gonna try using it for various purposes. At the moment, at least this piece with the legs unfolded is just a decorative piece I like to show people. However, I do have a version with the stowed legs, the one you can see in the Saturn 1B, if you know my workshop creation on that, or the one that Endo reviewed on one of the workbench streams a while ago. So this is gonna get some revamp. To be honest, it's one of my proudest one. I really like how it turned out. Ooh, yeah, glitch. That's because I removed all the logic yesterday. Right. Pretty tight in there, I have to admit. It's just had some last 2-second reworks. Optical telescope. Next one is there is going to be some updates on the Gemini, as it's currently published, but it's kind of kept hidden. So I'm gonna give it like a good publishing. Well, whatever. And yeah, I just want to make sure it's good. So we've got some modifications. So for example, on the capsule holding part, I'll show you capsule. Well, I made a video on the capsule already, and so that's gonna get some reworks. And the last one, the biggest one, Apollo is getting a bit of a rework. If you ignore the pink microcontrollers, you can probably already guess what it is. The hatch. I've had so many complaints about the workings of the hatch. And to be honest, I never had any problems with it. But I've seen well, some people showed me what it was like. And so I've decided, yeah, rework of the hatch. Now it's also a bit higher. It used to be like the hatch used to be like this instead of one block higher, which means it's also better on the splashdowns. You get less water in there. And so that's it. There's going to be some things that are going to be removed or touched, depending what I need to do. For example, this is probably going to get removed. I might probably do like a simplified version, like a button that like just a small panel. Maybe replace this with like simplified rework. So you know, for if you're not an expert or you don't want to bother running through the entire sequencing, it does most of it for you. Some things, such as the turnaround, I'm not sure I'll be able to do. Especially, I don't know if I'll be able to fit every. Well, yeah, that's because we're spawned in a weird way, and I won't be able to get everything done. It's if you look at the logic in there, I've already sent videos everywhere. It's not going to be possible or easy or anything to get everything done by computer, unlike I've done with the Ariane 5. But the Ariane 5 was designed to be operated by a computer or by microcontrollers, and not for a human. And that's it. Now we have done with the spacecraft category, and I will move on to other vehicles. This one updates on two different vehicles. Just we're following the new update we've received, I've decided to just update these two, the main ones, the ones that are on the power workshop. The update's already been out for a few days, and essentially it's these two vehicles. The BB67400 stock version has received new wheel sets. It has slightly gained in performance, if I remember well. And next we have the MiniCorail carriage, which is what the MiniCorail is just kind of like a halved version of the Corail that one used by the SNCF. There's no update on the inside. At least nothing's been changed in there. And it's still your usual 6 compartment. It's gonna get updated. Ooh, paint. And that's about it. You still have your hidden compartment here. That does your lighting in there. And yeah. Not really, nothing's been changed inside. It's still your good old inside oil cut panel. But I do have something new, and that's exactly what I'm moving on. Now, this is a Z6400. Well, inspired. It is a bit kind of like my response to the new new Arid and train update. It is a full train. It's simplified. Actually, it's missing the paint scheme, obviously. As you can see, it's not going to stay bland like that. But that's just because I've not gotten around to doing it, and I don't, because it's not a real vehicle, you see. Well, at least not a full real vehicle, so it's a bit like, what do I do? And it's just a train that was made specifically for the red map. And so the doors, they're close enough to fit on the platform, because the platforms I provided us are really small. And it's just a quick train for that. I do actually very much like the interior for that, and we use, for the speed, we actually either use handles for that, for speed and then for brakes. And it's got engines, everything. It's got everything you need. A fuel section. This was originally batteries, because it would be operated with batteries and diesel. And I decided to use batteries, it's just to save up on the fuel. And also, the problem is that the batteries deplete, and when they deplete the power, then the motor, obviously the motors don't go as fast. And I'm like, the batteries, when they start depleting, they just go really slowly. But if I can put more diesel fuel in there, sustain it longer, and that'd be perfect. And that's what I got. Now we got diesel in there, and yeah, it's very basic at the moment. There's really nothing in there to be said about. It uses a microcontroller that I made. I spent a good few hours on it. That I made specifically for trains like this, which can be connected together. Anything, just so you know they're compatible, and especially if you've got this one facing forward, and you have another one but that's facing backwards, they still work together. It doesn't cause any issues, and that's about it. And yeah, and that concludes today's video. Just on this more basic engine I made. I do plan on continuing on my space flight projects. They're pretty much my life. They've driven me for the past few years. I can't just betray them like that. And yeah, probably next up is going to be my Mercury Atlas rocket. We're using the same capsule as the Mercury Redstone, but slightly modified, especially on the timings. And yeah, if there's any, I know you can drop a comment or you can drop a message on Discord. I don't mind. If there is any project you'd like to see me doing, space-wise, preferably space-wise, but I can accept, especially from people like Endo probably hating me for doing space things, or anyone else or anything else that you feel like I could be doing that you would enjoy. Drop me a message, drop me a comment, and I'll probably give it a try. Give it a go. I apologize if I don't. And that concludes today's video, and see you in the next one, which I'll hopefully post today.